Let's go. Everybody still looking good. Everybody still eating good. Good. Did I do that? Hold on, I'm gonna run that back. I like that bass. I like to feel that shit in my chest. And welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. It is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from South Florida in the MyT studio that looks over South Gate. What's that shit called? Lake, pond, river, stream, some shit. Body of water. I'm wilding right now. It's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful day in the potting hood. Oh, won't you be my listener? It is December 9th. We're 16 days away. We're 16 days away from Christmas. You got about 2 weeks left of Christmas shopping. For some of you guys, that means 2 more paychecks. For some of you guys, that means 1 more paycheck. I guess for some of you, it means 3 more paychecks. You understand? Like, we are close. Like, close. Real close. Actually, 2s and 1s. I think it's just 2 more paychecks and 1 more paychecks out of there. Like, some of you got paid today. You know, if you want to count today. You know what we do here as an alumni of the Nate Dogg School of Medicine. We always do what rest in peace to Nate Dogg. But you know what? You know the prophecy that he left for us, the school motto, the school creed, and the way of life. And that is to smoke weed every day. Currently, we got the Knicks game on. They blowing the Charlotte Hornets out 110-87. Had to get that out of the way before we start the podcast. And boy, do we have a big podcast for you. When I say we got a big podcast for you, like normally I say we got a big podcast, but we got like a really big podcast, like really big, really big, right? Super duper podcast. We're talking about like Baker Mayfield. He comes out and cooks up on Hollywood ending. We got BG to talk about. We got BG to talk about. Brittany Griner, for real, right? January 4th is around the corner. Like, yo, it's January 4th. It's like a month from now. T, what the hell is you talking about? January 4th, the first Wednesday after the New Year's, live at Sharky's, episode 5. Hold on. I don't think you guys understand what's going on here. Hey, yo, bring that up for me. Bring that up for me right now. Because we about to go ham. Hit him with it. January 4th. Live at Sharky's. It's going to be the first Wednesday of the new year. Episode 500. Oh, yes. Episode 500. That's 11 shows away. We are just about 10 shows away from episode 500. Can you believe that? We're going to do a little 305 to my city. We got a Blue Chew promo code for you guys. You know, we got some birthday shout-outs to give out on top of the show. Got a special birthday to shout out today. Super special birthday. I'll tell you this when we get there. You guys have no idea. No idea. Like, if I had it my way. So that's what I can say. Danger zone. We got our NFL picks coming up today. I didn't even do the numbers from last week to see how we did. You guys can figure it out. Y'all feel a little wavy already. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself. It's a Friday night. Got a little tail in it though. I don't know if I'm catching a cold or not. I may have to go drink some Buckleys or some shit. Nick's still balling 2 wins in a row. Hey, yo. Maybe make it. I will see. We got NFL picks. It's Friday night. Ladies' night was Wednesday. Now I don't know where you guys are at Wednesday. I know you know by now. Ladies drink free every Wednesday night, 9 to 10 at Sharky's. I don't know where you're at. Man, do we got some topics for you today. But you know what, though? Let's not hesitate any longer. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Because you know what we say here on the podcast, that regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. You know what? So let's get right into it and let's start talking. Hey, yo, Coach, help me out here.
You play to win the game. Hello?
Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic with the MyT Sports Podcast. Ooh, I'm glad you guys could join me today. Boy, do we have a show. Let's get into it, right? Let's get. I see my homeboy Jacob, so throw me a little comment, whatever. Let's see. He said, "Oh, he's in the comment on the link." I see you, pimp, and I see you because he's ready for the birthday shout-outs. I see you, pimp. He's ready for the birthday shout-outs. So let's go ahead and get right into it because we got some birthdays to give out today. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor. I think you know what time it is. It's time for some action. It's time for some action. Hey, yo, play that music. Play Future Funkeristic Jetson. I likes that. You likes that? I likes that. You likes that because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your but because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Boy, we got some birthdays to shout out today. I am excited. Like I feel like I'm excited every birthday, but I feel like every single birthday celebration, every single birthday party, there's always one birthday that feels a little bit special to me. Let me stop grabbing my meat while I say that. I was just adjusting. Right? Whew. Let me put all things away so that we make sure the birthday party goes off without a smash, right? And if you guys don't know, what we do here on the MyT Sports Podcast is that we like to start off the show with a little birthday celebration. And what we do is that we get a birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we were on the air. The last time that we were on the air was on Wednesdays live at Sharky's. You should be there. You got to catch those shows live. I can't harp enough. Gary saying, talking all proper and ish. I can't harp enough how much you really need to witness and experience this show live on a Wednesday. It is beyond your imagination. It's beyond what you see here. I'm feeling myself. And all you birthday people today should be feeling yourselves 2. Let's go ahead and give that first birthday shout out, right? We're going to start off with birthdays for the 8th. So we got a couple of birthdays for yesterday to take care of, right? Want to say you know what? Let me start this off properly. Want to say happy birthday to the lovely, the sensational, the extraordinary actress, choreographer, what else? Renaissance woman, like just us all in all beautiful person inside and out. And I said, if I had it my way, like she'd be the future Mrs. Taylor. I put this on everything I know and everything I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, if I had it my way, after I had it my way, but this ain't Burger King, right? This ain't Burger King. So for this little happy birthday to Nikki Daikun, right? Daikun. I'm gonna have to ask you how to pronounce your last name properly. Don't worry, I'll see you next week. And if you guys are wondering, what are we talking about? You've heard us here on the MyT Sports Podcast. You've heard us here big up a couple of her shows before. She was the one that did In Art. She was the one that put together In Art We Lust 3, right? She put that together, right? She's also in Footloose, Cut Loose, as you can see up on the screen as well. She is, you know what? I'll let you find her. I know everybody else is going to be like, God damn, if this is how we started with the birthdays, am I going to get this kind of... I apologize, baby. I ain't going to get this kind of love. Y'all go get love, but it's a different kind of love. Like, y'all get regular love. I'm trying to give a glove love. Let me stop. Let me behave myself. I've been a bad boy. But I'm in a good mood. Right? I'm in a big mood. Right? That big pot energy today. You feel it, right? I know you guys feel it. Like, I got that. That big pod energy coming through today, right? I want to say happy birthday to Nikki Daikun, right? Like, such a lovely human being. Like, you just wait. You wait. Time is near. It's coming. It's coming. I feel like Deion Sanders. I'm coming. Right. Also want to say happy birthday to my homeboy Jacob Hernandez, right? My homeboy Jacob Hernandez, known him since our party scenes all over. We're talking about downtown Fort Lauderdale. We're talking about Tijuana taxis. We're talking about karaoke. We're talking about karaoke groupies. If I'm not mistaken, my boy J Money still DJs. If I'm not mistaken, you do karaoke DJing, don't you, down there in Las Vegas? At least that's where I remember you being at, right? So if you guys are in the Vegas area, you guys, you see the app, you see the tags, right? You go ahead, you at him, you tag him in the Vegas area, you reserve him for a party. And if you ever need anything choreographed, you need a party put together, you need a party plan, an event plan, you make sure you hit up Nikki Daikun. I'm trying to get her on the podcast. She's dodging me. Like she's dodging, like she is super dodging me. I have never seen a more better dodger. Like you understand, she's such a good dodger, I guarantee you she could dodge a wrench. I said it with all love. And Jess, won't take anything I say here seriously on the podcast until I tell you to take it seriously here on the podcast. Come over here. I want to be over here. Follow me now. And then that takes care of all the birthdays for yesterday. All right? I forgot. I was putting this down for right now. Then we got the birthdays for today, and today only is one birthday. And that is a birthday to my homegirl, Julie Hostler. Julie happened to be another one of my good friends from the night scene. I didn't talk about the party scene because it ain't just all parties. Like, sometimes we just know people at night. Like, I know Julie from the night scene or whatever, from around the way. You name it, we've been there. We're talking about Roy's, Tijuana taxis, Bruce Room, Sharkies, Premieres. Like we hung out at them all. Want to say happy birthday to us. So let's go ahead and round them all up, right? Hey, yo, Jacob, come over here, son. Right? Nikki, Julie, all you come together, right? One last time. Let's get it, right? Because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. But because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Party hard, enjoy everything, regret nothing. You get your weekend at Bernie's on. It's Friday. It's officially your birthday weekend. You understand? But more importantly, you get home safe after it, and you continue to stay. My all for you. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, I think we're done here. Cut that beat. Woo! It's always good starting off the podcast with a little birthday celebration. So you know what? I'm still feeling myself. I'm still kind of feeling myself. Let's have another celebration. Let's go. We're not done here. We're not done. We're not even close to being done. Like, understand, like, we really just started. Like, the podcast just started. You're catching the first 10 minutes, right? But let's go ahead and get this one started in here because we got some more news. And you know what? This news is very special to us. This news is very, very special to us. You guys are gonna love me and you're gonna hate me like in 5 minutes because I'm gonna keep things. I'm gonna keep things exactly how they're supposed to be, right? I'm gonna keep them MyT. 100%. I'm gonna keep them MyT. So let's get into the podcast the way that we've gotten into the podcast for the last 295 days. It's been now, right? And we've started off the podcast this particular way because what we do, we start off the podcast with a MyT topic, and our MyT topic is a topic that supersedes all topics. Kind of breaks the boundary of sports just a little bit, even though we have no problem going outside of sports. It's that one that kind of rises to the top, that creme de la creme. You understand? It's that Grand Marnier foam topping on top of your drink. You understand? Like that's what we're talking about over here. Ooh, I missed our Grand Marnier foam top. What was that place called? I don't know. But yeesh. All right. So we always have one of those topics for the day. Let's get into our MyT topic. MyT. It's a triple MyT topic of the day, right? And in our MyT topic of the day, we've been talking about something for the last 295 days. Well, officially as of day 294, this no longer needed to be our MyT topic of the day. For 294 days, we have reminded you, right, that Brittany Griner was wrongfully detained in Russia on trumped up weed charges, and we knew that she was being held captive so that they can try to leverage her to free up an illegal arms dealer. Well, officially, as of yesterday, hey ladies, Brittany Griner is no longer a political prisoner. She is no longer being held hostage or against her will. Brittany Griner was officially freed yesterday, or officially exchanged yesterday, finally, for the illegal arms dealer, Victor Bout. Let's start off with the positive. Brittany Griner's home. Good to see her home. We've made sure that she's not been forgotten for the last 295 days. You guys have heard her resume. You see her resume. I'll give it to you one last time in case you don't remember. Brittany Griner is not only an 8-time All-Star, but she is also an 8-time block leader. She has been a 2-time scoring champion, 2-time peak performer, 3-time first team, 3-time second team, 2-time defensive player of the year. You understand? But being defensive player of the year, scoring leader, and the champion is a very rare feat that athletes are able to say that they have on their resume. Go look in the NBA how many players have that in their resume, and all of them you consider GOATs. That's what I'm saying. That's what I remember about. That's what I'm talking about here. I don't have to be so aggressive with you guys anymore. Right? 3-time defensive first team, 4-time defensive second team. Most outstanding player of the year in high school, NCAA champion, 4-time defensive player of the year, 3-time Big 12 player of the year. You understand? Like, Shorty's been born since she was a Jet till now, right? Immaculate resume. Glad to see her home. Like I said, she was in Russian custody, and if you didn't know before today, shame on you for not listening to the podcast. Because since day 14, we've told you the stakes that it was going to cost to get Brittany Griner home. And while every podcast, we made sure that she was not forgotten, we were kind of fully prepared to talk about Brittany Griner every day for 9 years. Every day for 3 years. Every day for 5 years. Brittany Griner's release, while a blessing, right? It comes at the expense of the world. Let me say this again. While Brittany Griner being returned to American soil is highly appreciated, right? It was at the expense of the world. And while America won, while the WNBA won, while the sports world won, all people directly related to and involved in Brittany Griner's life won, everybody else around the world lost. This is that superhero shit, right? He's saving one at the cost of billions. You've heard me say this before. See, it all depends on how you listen to podcasts. Do you just see what I post picture-wise, or do you actually listen? Great to see Brittany Griner home. Let's get into the realness of it, right? Let's go ahead and break this down. Just a little. Brittany Griner, I'm gonna ask you to cut that for a second. You can reload it. I'm gonna ask you to cut it and bring it back in. Brittany Griner's release, all right? Wow, a blessing. I did not see it coming. Didn't see it coming, didn't expect it to happen. Before Brittany Griner was released, America did an exchange for another operative. That operative, if I'm not mistaken, had been in Russian custody for about 2 to 4 years. An operative, an agent, somebody actually beneficial to the United States government. And it took that individual several years to come home. I didn't think Brittany Griner was coming home anytime soon. While I would have loved for her to come home, and I'd love to see her home, didn't think she was coming home anytime soon. I'm going to keep repeating that until you guys fully understand. It's a weird scenario because I don't think Joe Biden could have won in this scenario. This does make us look weak as a country. This makes our president look weak as a person. I've said now, and I'm gonna tell you this. I've mentioned that, and I mentioned, and I said, and I fully mentioned he can't win. He cannot win in this scenario, right? Because if Brittany Griner stays in on Russian soil, he gets scrutinized every single day that she's there. Every president's gonna get scrutinized every single day and get asked about it continuously on a regular basis. If he brings her home, he's looked at as weak for what? No. Let me repeat that. For what he traded her for. Let's talk this in sports world. For what he traded her for, he's going to be scrutinized for. And that was the whole reason why I never thought she would make it back to American soil anytime soon. It's the reason why I said she probably needs to go ahead and start coaching in Russia. Because the cost of admission was too high. I thought America didn't negotiate with terrorists. Not only we negotiate with a terrorist, we negotiate with a terrorist to free up another terrorist. And I do mean terrorist. Victor Bout is as despicable as a human being as there is to the world. He has made his career off of illegal arms dealing. That Nicolas Cage movie, God of War. That's him. Based off real life, that's him. The guy that it took them years, almost a decade to catch. evaded authorities, U.S. government, FBI, CIA, Interpol. You name it, he was dodging them all. And now this is who we freed back into the world. It is a hefty price to pay for somebody that is only known for dribbling a ball. And I say that coming from, I say that coming from a position where all I do is talk about motherfuckers that dribble balls. Pause. Did I expect Brittany Griner to come home so soon? No. Now, I've also mentioned too in the past. If this was Donald Trump, he would have had her home already. Still believe that. Man, I'm not a fan of Trump, but I do believe certain people have a particular set of skills, right? Into the 90s, I had to teach a lesson after rehearsal, but I'm finally home. That's the one lovely Nikki Dykin. Telling you guys, I mentioned this early in the podcast. Like if it was up to me, like I'll low key be planning like when did it stop. Joke me, I meant. But seriously, if I had it up to me, she'll be like, let me stop. Back to the sports. Never thought she was gonna come home anytime soon. The price was too high. Now I mentioned before that if Trump was in president, he probably would have had her home already. I also don't believe that she would have spent 295 days, almost 300 days, almost a whole year in Russian prison. I also don't believe that he would have negotiated with Russia if it would have meant bringing on legal arms deal. Also don't believe she would have spent more than, let's say, 3 months over there, if that. Different people, different aggressions, portrayed differently by the world. You have to be realistic about certain things. That's also why I said I don't think that Biden could have won in this scenario. He leaves it there. He gets scrutinized daily, yearly. Not just him. Whatever president follows for the next 9 years. Presidents follow for the next 9 years. He brings her back. And finally, a lot of individuals that really wanted her home but didn't understand the price of admission are waking up a little shocked today. The fact that it literally cost them the most ruthless arms dealer of the modern era. Let's keep talking the sports world, right? You understand that he has helped fund several terrorist organizations that directly fight with the United States or America. He has directly helped start wars. He has directly helped finish wars. He's directly helped finish and end the same war. He's a bad motherfucker. He is the Jordan of arms dealing. And we just traded Jordan for Brittany Griner. Great resume, but and I love me some Brittany Griner. Don't get it twisted. This isn't Brittany Griner hate. This isn't me casting like any kind of disparity or any kind of negativity on Brittany Griner herself. I am glad that she is home and she is back on American soil. I just thought the reality of the situation would not have had her see American soil this quickly, given right respect for the price that it was going to cost. And that's what I am talking about here. The price that it cost. It had nothing to do with Brittany Griner. It could have been Brittany Griner. It could have been Kobe Bryant. It could have been LeBron James. It could have been Michael Jordan. It could have been Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge, Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Phelps, Usain Bolt. You understand? Ole Ovechkin. It don't matter. The price was way too high for an athlete. Period. The price was way too high. Actually, let me say this in a whole different way. The price is way too high for a fucking civilian. Let me put that out there. The price was way too high for anybody that did not have actual benefit to our United States government. It was way too high for somebody that did not serve our United States government. It is way too high for basically 90% of civilians. I don't care if you're a billionaire, millionaire, trillionaire. Could have been Bob Hope or fucking Bob Dole. I'm trying to think of the other one that actually does technology and stuff, but I can't think of their names right now. Price would have been too high. But maybe the price goes low, but for illegal arms, like for this level of criminal, like if that's the case, then there's people in jail right now in America that we should be able to get home for a pack of cigarettes and an Arizona iced tea. That's how lopsided that trade is to me. That, you know what? You might as well have used the value of this in exchange to free Jeffrey Dahmer. That's how I feel about it. That's how lopsided it's again, not talking about Britney. Ain't nothing to do with Brie, right? Like I told you, this could have been Michael Jordan, LeBron James. The price would have been too high. This could have been Spike Lee, Mike Tyson. Too high. Al Pacino. Too high. Donald Trump. Too high. I don't know what I'm basically saying that I don't know who I would have traded to free that particular person. Like, I would have rather freed Fidel Castro than him. I know there's a lot of people that's like, God damn. That's how serious of a war criminal he is. He is literally in every military's black book. And has been. In their most wanted deck of cards, he's in there. If he was a Naruto character, he would be an S-ranked villain. Anime character, you guys understand. But he would be an S-ranked villain. Not D, not C, not B, not A, S. And that's who we freed. For somebody of not equivalent exchange. Who you say then would you have traded for him? I don't know. I can't think of if you had to ask me personally, the only people I would trade for him were people that I'm directly related to. That's how much of value to me. I can't think of anybody else. Trying to think. Like I said, anybody else, listen, they're even the CIA, FBI, one of our military. Or not military. Like, seriously. Those are the only people I can think of initially, right off the bat. Not firefighters, not police officers, not judges. Nah, only I can stay over there. Okay. Maybe. Nah, y'all can stay. Yeah, y'all can stay. It's a cruel world. It's a cruel life. So, when a lot of people, right, were saying, yo, like, why we give a fuck about Britney Griner, this and that. Well, I quite understood them. I mean, you was just being bad mind. You wasn't trying to bring reality to it because none of y'all brought up the actual reality of it. Of what it's going to cost to get her back. Y'all were throwing shade on her for a whole bunch of other reasons. Y'all were throwing shade at her because she's a woman. Y'all were throwing shade at her because she's a basketball player. Y'all were throwing shade at her because she's gay. Y'all were throwing shade at her. You understand? Y'all were throwing shade at her for all because she didn't stand for the national anthem. Like, when the fuck was it mandatory to stand for the national anthem? Fuck out of here. Because y'all ain't patriot. Because I feel y'all are not patriotic at all. Y'all are irrational nationalists. But so it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot to having Brittany Griner home. While you shouldn't want any American, right, being held hostage in a foreign country, right? There's also a reasonable price to pay for it. And this may have been one of those times where the price was too high. We're going to try to transition. Because it's a hard thing to transition. It's our MyT topic of the day. It's not even our first topic of the day. It's our MyT topic of the day. And our first topic of the day, right? Let's get into it. Can we switch gears? Can we drop that? Can we drop? Thank you. And let's get into it.
First of all,
let's get into our first topic of the day, and that is revolved around how good it has to be to live and die in LA. Boy, oh boy. Thursday night football is usually boring. But this time, it was far from it. And it wasn't just exciting. Hold on, you know what? Let's get a little. Go hard. Go home. Right? I knew something was up. Excuse me. I think I'm getting sick. I really do. Or it could just be the J. It's one of the few, or one of the two. Bring that back up. Go hard. Go home.
MyT.
There we go. So, Thursday night football, which is usually a snooze fest, right? And football is just one of those weird products, right? Bad games could be good games turn into bad games generally turn into good games. This was one of those bad gone good. But the storyline coming into this game was already flourishing, right? It was revolved around one pastry chef that you may call Baker sometimes, Mayfield, right? And boy, was he serving them up today. Baker Mayfield joined the LA Rams after asking for his release from the Carolina Panthers. Remember, he got to the Carolina Panthers because he was traded from
Cleveland. This is for you.
when they decided that they wanted to give a 100% guaranteed contract to a scumbag, right? As their quarterback. Oh, we taking shots today. Oh, we hitting them all today. Let's get him closer. I want my close-up. So, Baker Mayfield gets released from, ask for his release from the Carolina Panthers. And he gets picked up off of waivers by the Los Angeles Rams, who just lost their quarterback, Matthew Stafford. See you guys. Don't forget, if you like to call in, the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open on the phone lines are open on Podbean, and they are open on Instagram, depending on where you guys are listening, right? Or if you got the personal invite, what all you birthday people did today, you can join us through the back channel line as well. That way you could either listen or join in if you want to from there as well. Don't forget, MyT Sports Podcast is everywhere that you listen to podcasts at. Whether that's on TuneIn, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Google Play, or Google Podcast. We're everywhere. And as you can see, we're also live. Well, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Podbean, Mixlr, Facebook, Twitter. You can watch us live during every single podcast. So you get the opportunity, go ahead and hit the link in the bio. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Or like and subscribe. That way you can hear that bing bong every time that we go on. And if you're watching right now, you're listening right now, don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Remember, podcasting is a group activity. And you want to share this with your friends so your friends know what you're listening to as well. So that you guys can huddle up and talk about it. Like, how you gonna talk about this with your friends, right? If your friends ain't listening. Share. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back into the pod. Baker Mayfield, he makes his Los Angeles Rams debut. After he sits out for one full series, and then he comes in and looks phenomenal for the first drive, right? His first couple of throws, he looks phenomenal. And this is just an incredible feat to begin with because he got their playbook like 2 days ago. So if you hear every single person talk, every football person talk, this is unprecedented. To come to a team, get the playbook 2 days before, and start for them. Released on Tuesday, on Monday, whatever day it was. Signed by them on Tuesday, played on Thursday. By 8 p.m. Tuesday in Cali time, he was signed. By 5 p.m. Cali time, he was playing. Not even 48 hours. The game was done 48 hours after he finally signed with them. And listen, Baker Mayfield went to LA and literally made a movie. Baker Mayfield, if he does nothing else, could get his own 30 for 30 just based off of what he has done in college to last night. Like, Baker Mayfield is polarizing in a weird way, right? Always has been, from putting the flag in the grass, right? Transferring teams, going from one team, leaving there to another team and getting the starting job, right? Like, just going to the Cleveland Browns and helping them make it to the playoffs for the first time in 182 years. You disrespectful motherfuckers. That's why you can't have nice things, and that's why you gave a $250 million guaranteed contract to a piece of shit, exposing yourselves to young ladies trying to have them do sexual favors on him, loser. You will never talk good about Deshaun Watson ever again while we're here on the podcast. Just like we will never again talk about the Dallas Cowboys until we hear Jerry Jones denounce racism. I know, right? We live in a weird world. We're just holding him to Kyrie standards. That's all I'm doing. I'm just holding Jerry Jones to Kyrie standards. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna need a public apology to black people, right? You know, some kind of public apology denouncing racism. He was there just for curiosity. I want to hear Jerry Jones say that he doesn't believe in racism whatsoever. He denounces all forms of racism. Something to that effect. I'm saying the Kyrie treatment, right? Was good for the goose, is good for the gander, right? Everybody's equal here, right? So until then, I won't be talking about that team. So if you guys would like talks about that Texas team with the star on it, you have to go find another podcast. So let's get back into it, right? Baker Mayfield really went into LA and wrote his own little Cinderella story. Made his own Hollywood movie. And it didn't look like that at first. He came out and he was slinging it. We're talking about he came out rolling, catching the guy on the slant, catching guys on the flat, right on the break hook curl, on seam routes, on go routes, play action, RPOs. You saw him run it all in a very vanilla fashion. You saw him run it all, and you're like, yo, Baker Mayfield is really looking impressive for somebody that's got here 2 days ago. For half a minute or for half a quarter, when Baker first came in the game, it really looked like, this is the Rams again with a competent quarterback. This is the Rams again with a good quarterback. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Then, I think the glass slipper fell off for the next 2 quarters. Could just be me. Could just be me. But I really feel like the glass slipper fell off. Because suddenly, it stopped looking like the LA Rams with a good quarterback. And it looked like that the Raiders remember that, you know what? That's Baker Mayfield over there. Let's put some pressure on him. Let's get some big guys to put at the line. You know, like let's see what happens if he feels a little disturbed, if he has to move off that spot. Right? Right? Hold on 1 second. So, what was I talking about? Remind me. Okay. So, look at the glass slipper came off, right? That Baker finally remembered, or the defense remembered, that, hey, yo, that's Baker Mayfield. This isn't Matthew Stafford. This isn't an elite quarterback. Not to say that Matthew Stafford was an elite quarterback. This isn't an elite quarterback. This is barely even a good quarterback. This is short Kirk Cousins, right? I saw a meme. I saw a meme that said the league is just filled with a bunch of Kirk Cousins, and it said Jimmy Garoppolo, all right, handsome Kirk Cousins. Showed some other dude, long neck Kirk Cousins. It said Dak Prescott, black Kirk Cousins. And listen, they're not lying about this. Listen, Baker Mayfield, short Kirk Cousins. They didn't have that one, but I'm adding that one in there. They said, like, yo, the league got like 4 elite quarterbacks, maybe 5, maybe like 7. And everybody else are Kirk Cousins. And it's really true. It really is true. Like, everybody is just Kirk Cousins. Everybody's just a little bit more popular. Like, black Kirk Cousins. He just happens to be on a team that posts the highest ratings. That's what I'm going to start calling him now. Since I'm no longer talking about his team directly either, I'm just going to start calling him Black Kirk Cousins. Back to it. I'm thinking my music. My bad. So Baker Mayfield kind of came down to earth for about 2 quarters. And then the 4th quarter came. And LA is still within 1 touchdown, right? Rams defense is playing their butt off. Raiders defense is playing their butt off. Both quarterbacks are looking like Kirk Cousins, right? Then they get a stop. The Rams do. They get a key stop. And the Raiders make this incredible punt, right? And they pin the Rams on the 2-yard line. The punter is over there doing the BI. He's over there. BI! He did the BI. He did the Dave Chappelle BI. Yes. You see a couple of them doing the Vince Carter. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. You see them celebrating. They over here doing the ugly cry, like Rat Beverly. They were in full celebration mode. Like when the San Antonio Spurs thought they had beat the Heat. And all the fans that left early were trying to get back in. You guys would never be let down if I'm not ever. You know that, right? The sports world was never going to let you guys live that down. Because they remembered, and this wasn't some great quarterback. This wasn't some elite quarterback. They pinned Baker Mayfield on the 2-yard line. It was like, ooh, how much time did he have? Like 40 seconds to go? Something ridiculous. All right, I forget how much time. And no doubt, they come out, they make a good play. They made a nice little out to start off. They made an out route. They did a little out route to one of the receivers. I forget this, but they did an out route to one of the receivers. He catches it, but he goes out of bounds. Right? They waste the first play. They come right back. Do this. Kick the same guy the ball. Bam! Comes about 2 yards short of the first down. Doesn't matter. They end up making the first down. They start trucking down the field. They end up getting a stupid penalty for knocking the ball out of his hand. I think Taunton or some weird shit. Right? All right, a couple offsides, a pass interference, and a couple of completions. Now they're suddenly on the 2-yard line. Now they scored a touchdown. And with the game clock running out, they scored a win. Baker Mayfield completes one of the great Cinderella stories. One of the great stories of all time. Released from his team as he was asked to. Bet on himself because he saw all of these teams losing pieces. The Rams, the 49ers, the Ravens. I even want to talk about Baker Mayfield coming in. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth. But the Jets, right? He sees teams out here struggling with their quarterback play, and he bets on himself like he did in college. He asks for his release to go to another team, gets the playbook within 2 days, talks to the coaches, talks to the people there, right? Ahead of time, gets the playbook gets the playbook immediately. He's done the playbook on the plane. Put it in crazy hours. Barely sleeping, change of time. Talks to the coaches. Gets packages in there that he likes. Apparently Baker Mayfield likes a lot of packages. Right? He asked Matthew Stafford if he could get the spare key to the building real quick. And no doubt comes in there, starts off the game well, looks like a mush in the middle, and it has an incredible game-winning drive. 48 hours after joining this team, on a night when everybody's like, yo, every Thursday night game is poop. But that's also because of the timing a lot of times, right? Baker Mayfield may have been the most rested guy for that Thursday game. Even with all the travel he did, he wasn't out there getting licks on the field. Yo, he's as fresh as a summer's eve. Summer's breeze, my bad. Oh, man, my mind ain't right. All these thoughts are troubling. So the LA Rams come away with the victory. 20, come on, what was it, 21-1? 21-1. What the fuck? Nope, sorry, 17-16. Thought it was 20-21. But 17-16. Nothing special happens. Nobody in this game throws for over 350 yards. You already know what that means. Nobody rushes for over 150 yards. Nobody receives for over 150 yards. I don't think anybody even broke 100 yards receiving or rushing. Jacobs had a good game, but he ended up breaking. I think he ended up breaking his pinky finger in that game. So you saw him having some problems in that game. But he was still productive. He ended up, even after he had his hand injury, right, a pinky injury, he had a decent run where he still caught Buddy with a stiff arm and immediately regretted it. Like, when we say immediately regretted it, immediately regretted it. Josh Jacobs, yes, 27 carries, 99 yards. Like, literally just 1 yard shy of 100 yards. But did he have any receiving yards? Well, when you add his receiving yards in there, 115 yards total. 114. We're going to round it up. One. The one guy for all purpose. And maybe let's see if Skowinski did any rushing. So Skowinski did any rushing that he may have. Nope, no rushing yards for Skowinski. And what about Akers? Not enough receiving yards, and Atwell, not enough rushing yards. It was Atwell that it was actually that I see. It was Atwell that he used to get to be able to get out of the end zone, right after that long punt situation. He was the guy that he got caught on the out route, caught the ball, went out of bounds immediately. Bam, saves clock. Oh, what's my? It's underneath the 2-minute warning here that he made this drive. Baker Mayfield now he's on the after party of a Thursday night football with Richard Sherman and them. Yo, funny thing. That crew for Thursday night football, it's Richard Sherman, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I forget the bald dude's guy name, right? But he was a center or some shit like that for the LA Rams. And also Cleveland or Cincinnati at one point in time. But when they show the graphics for them, right? It's funny when they see next time you watch Thursday Night Football on Amazon. And you know what? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna go more into that too. Next time you watch it, look at the graphic behind them, right? So they show a picture of them now. And then what they do, maybe it's a picture of them now. They show a picture of them when they was playing football. No, there's a picture of them now. And then it shows, and then what they show kind of the background, right? Or behind them, or underneath them, right? Kind of in the background. They show them in the uniforms of every team they played with. Now, granted, I didn't know that's what they were doing. When they showed Ryan Fitzpatrick, I thought this was a picture of Ryan Fitzpatrick and like generic football players to show him with a team behind him as a quarterback. And it got to Richard Sherman and the other dude, right? Tony Gonzalez too, my bad. Right? I think it was on Tony Gonzalez actually when I really realized it. Right? Actually, I rose at Richard Sherman and then I was able to piece it together on Tony. Either way, minor details. Oh, speaking of, I'm not coconut water. Let me think about Red Stripe. So, yeah, that's straight coconut water. I'm not doing any of that today. None of that. We go find another game to go on. The next game is finished, and they just completed their third straight victory after a couple of horrific losses. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some Knicks talk in the next hour. We're gonna finish up this hour talking Thursday night football. Next hour we'll go ahead and we'll get into we'll get into the club. We'll open up the MyT boom rooms. We'll get into a little bit of Knicks talk in the last hour. We'll do our NFL picks. You guys stay tuned. We got a big show for you guys today. So we're not leaving here till like midnight. So get your drink. All right. Get yourself a shorty. All right. And we're going to do a little song like this. I got fat bags of studs. And I'm about to go get twisted. And I'm about to say, go get your raps. Go get yourselves a drink, right? Go get your vices, whatever you gotta do. Go chop, chop a style, chop a style. I know I'm recording in South Florida, so a couple of you guys, I know you're trying to stay awake until midnight, right? I get it. Do whatever you do. Do whatever you do. We'll be right, but we ain't going nowhere. But you understand? Stay right here. Get your drinks, but stay right here. Listen. So let's roll up and roll out, right? Because they were done talking about bacon. Oh, back, right? Not Arizona, Amazon. When they showed Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he has himself in 9 different uniforms, I really thought it was like generic football team behind them. Like, I didn't even really pay attention to realize, oh, this is all the teams that he was playing for. I really thought it was a football squad. Until they went to Sherm, and I was like, wait, where's Sherm's squad at? And I was like, wait a minute. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute. Is that the teams that Sherm? And then they cut it. And I'm like, okay. Then they showed Tony Gonzalez, and I'm like, okay. And as you guys know, like this is where they sit. Like Fitzy is right here. They got Sherm over there. They got Tony over here. Right? And I'm like, okay, let's go look at Tony, because they're about to pop him up. And no doubt it's just Kansas City and Atlanta. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's when the realization hit me. I'm like, oh damn. that is kind of funny to me. That they're showing them in all of the teams that they played for. And Ryan Fitzpatrick literally looks like a starting offense. Literally looks like he has 11 people behind him. Look like he's about like Ryan Fitzpatrick could play football with himself based on how many teams he's been on. Just have a team full of Ryans. And Ryan Fitzpatrick was also Kirk Cousins as well. He's an older. Actually, they do have an old Kirk Cousins. They did do an old Kirk Cousins. Who do they have as the Matt Ryan? They had Matt Ryan as the old Kirk Cousins, and I think the young Kirk Cousin was either Zach Wilson or Daniel Jones. It was one of those two. That was funny to me. Like, I don't know if you guys catch the Amazon production, right? Or, well, of course, if you're watching on Amazon Prime. But I don't know if you listen to the other productions, is what I'm really trying to say. And today I actually decided to go listen. And it's probably the first time. But I decided to listen to the other productions on this one. And it just so happened this week to have my co-host and the favorite player of probably 75% of basketball fans, right? Depending on what area you're from. They had LeBron James in the shop there. And I was like, oh, well, let me listen to how they do here. Like, I don't think I caught the first one. I'm trying to remember. The first one I had Jalen Ramsey, I don't think I caught that one. So, like, ironically, like, this one was on. I was like, oh, okay, let me catch this. Like, now I have even extra heightened interest in the broadcast because it's somebody that I'm familiar with, and I'm curious about how they're going to perform in this spotlight, right? In this particular circle. I had this boy Rich with him and some other dude. And I'm looking at him like, okay. Yeah, so in this format, you can definitely tell that they are fed stats and information, right? That's one thing I realized. I didn't really realize that. I didn't realize it during the Manning cast. Like, because when Manning is doing it, he does it so kind of fluidly, you don't really realize it. But by the time they're doing this one, you really realize how they're being fed information. Maybe I just overlooked it with the Manning cast. Because I think I do remember now a couple of times Manning talking about, somebody was talking in his ear or something of that nature. But you can tell they're being fed information, fed stats. They're being fed run types, run formations, block formation, you know what I mean, defensive formation, things like that. And not to say that these guys aren't knowledgeable football people. I'm just saying that the way that they were talking, that's not how we're talking in the barbershop or in any shop, right? Right? They even being fed information, or they had information like on another screen that they were providing information on another screen that they were able to read from, and it was just and it was still able to look like they were just watching TV. But it wasn't a bad production. It wasn't a bad production at all. Like I actually didn't mind it. Right? I could actually say I kind of enjoyed it to an extent. But at halftime, I switched it over and I went to their next gen AWS production. And the AWS production might as well be called ASS production because that shit is trash. That is pure basura. 100%. You do not. That's not where you want to be. And it's interesting. I can give you that much. It is interesting to see how they're highlighting the players. They track the ball speed, ball distance, speed of the players, distance ran, things like that, right? They have the names. They have them highlighted with a circle and their names on them like their video game character. It's just that the angles are horrible for them to be able to do this. So I don't like the action angle. So for me, and you're still hearing and you still hear the regular national production or whatever, but the action angle is not doing it for me. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it a couple more times. Maybe I keep trying it until Thursday Night Football is over, right? And I'll keep trying it around the third quarter or so and see how I like it. But was not really feeling it like that. From a visual standpoint, it wasn't visually appealing. And I love video games. For television production, and it didn't make it look like a video game. I didn't enjoy it because even that was a bad version of Madden. Like that wasn't Madden, that was more Techno Bowling 4K. Like, sorry. And then for the last, and I couldn't even finish the whole third quarter. I think halfway through, I cut it off and I went to the national production and listened there. So any one of those, anytime you get a chance to catch the alternative productions, go ahead and do it. I forgot which one of them used to have the all women. They have been Amazon too. At times they've had the all women production. I listened to that production as well. That's an awesome production to listen to as well. Plus, you know how I like to support my ladies. You know me. I'm a 100% lady. Like I am such a lady lover. I'm damn near sexist with it. Like guys, you get no benefits. You get no partial treatment. All that shit's reserved for the ladies. Bitch ass niggas, fuck out my face. Come here, miss. Here. I forgot where was I at one day. I was going to the art show with my homegirl. Actually, we were going to In Art We Lust 3. The one that was put on by birthday girl and lovely extraordinary woman Nikki Daikon. Daikon. Right? And there was this guy walking with his lady, and the street was over here. You about to see where this is going. The street was over here. His lady was right here, and he was over here. And I was like, hey, yo, pimpin', switch spots with her. He's like, what? I'm like, switch spots. Go ahead. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you know what we're supposed to do. I'm like, come on, man. And I switch spots. I'm like, you know you're supposed to be on the outside lane. You know you're supposed to take that car if it comes to it. He's like, oh, you want bad. And then he tried to make and cars don't even be coming through. I'm like, it's about habits. It's about pure habits. Like, it doesn't matter if the car's coming or not. Your natural instinct and habit should be like, yo, if we're walking, my girl's here and I'm here, we switch spots and I take that outside lane and push you in the inside. Because something happens, I could push you into the bushes and be like, I've always loved you. Suck a nigga off one last time. Don't give that cock to nobody else. Like, so seriously, I think you guys may have seen that better on the Instagram feed. So yeah, I'm a big weirdo like that, right? But it's fun. Like as much as I was being serious about it. Like that shit is funny to me more than anything else. And you know what's funny that I still haven't gotten a game on. So you know what, folks? Where we are? We just about an hour into the show. Let's go ahead. We're gonna take a little small break. Let's take a little small army break. Now I'm never gonna take a small army break. Now fuck that. Fuck that. Let's stay strong, right? We'll do an army break later on. Let's stay strong. And you know how you can stay strong too? That's with Blue Chew, right? Because Blue Chew happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you gotta do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack, right? Just a few chews before you do. I know you're wondering, what's Blue Chew? Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you perform like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And all you got to do is use my promo code. If you would like a free sample, promo code is GSSS. That's Golf Sierra. Kiss. Right? But use my promo code GSSS, and you can get your first sample of Blue Chew, your first order of Blue Chew for free. That's for the free. Like free. And then you can go ahead and buy your girl that Kanye workout plan. Because when it comes to Blue Chew, there really is only two directions. You chew it, and then you do it. I mean, how long you do is up to you. You do it like Lionel Richie all night long. Like you can do it like LL. You could do it well, or you can do it like DMX and Belly. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, how you do it is up to you. But I guarantee you won't be disappointed when it comes to Blue Chew. I know for you fellas want to like, yo, I don't need it. It's not for all the needy. So stop being greedy. Some of you may just want it, you know, to go from a 3-round performance to a 12-round performance. Maybe this is your third performance of the day. You had one in the morning, one afternoon, and now you're trying to give your night chick a proper performance. Blue Chew. Maybe you've been drinking too much. You got whiskey dick. Blue Chew. Maybe you've been talking. Maybe you was still too much shit in her DMs, and you want to make sure you do all of that shit you said you was gonna do in the DMs. Blue Chew. Again, promo code GSSS. Go to bluechew.com, put in the promo code GSSS, and you get your first order for free. Answer a few questions. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You be as hard as ever can be. Blue Chew. From the maker of "We Trying to Keep Guys Hard." Pause. All right, let's continue to roll up and roll out, right? You guys got your drinks ready, right? You got your joints, you got whatever you smoking or whatever you sipping on. You guys got it all ready, right? All right, let's continue to roll up and roll out. Let's get some club members in here, right? Let's make a little splash in the club, just a little bit. That's not the club music. That is not the club music. Stop that. Whoa, what is that? What is that? That is not the club music. All right, we ain't gonna play the club music. I don't even like, God damn, team. All right, maybe just a little. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. But we got a couple members that's joining the club today, right? We only have one. I mean, that's why we're not gonna play any club music. We really only got one individual that's joining the club today. And what club is that? The MyT Boom Boom Rooms, right? Club MyT Boom Boom Rooms, where we have a room for everybody that booms. And the only room that was visited since the last time that we was on the air was the
I'm a man. I'm 40.
room. Well, that's the room for all ballers that put up over 40 points in any given night. And in that room, there was only one man that decided to go and visit the room. And that man functions on his own time. You know him as Damian Lillard, as he dropped 40 points against the Denver Nuggets. Now, unfortunately for Dame, he didn't get the VIP treatment. He wasn't taken to the back. He wasn't fluffed or anything else like that. Because while he got into the room, he forgot the most important thing of them all, and that was to get the dub. He didn't close out the night. Scored all those points, but couldn't get it in. Talked to all those honeys, and still left and went home and had to, I be stroking to the east, I'm stroking to the west, I'm stroking to the one that I like best. I be stroking. Man, I'm telling you, those old Southern soul songs, I don't even know. Like, they be on one for real. These are real songs. I don't make these up, okay? I know you wouldn't like, yo, Tita's be making shit up. I don't make these up. Go talk to your grand uncle. Go talk to your grandpa, right? Go talk to your pops. Go talk to them. Don't holler at me. Don't watch me. Actually, watch me. But don't be looking like I'm crazy. Go ask them. You need confirmation. Go ask the old head. Go ask your old head. Go ask the old head on your family about that song. Let's go give them memories. They were like, oh, watch out now, boy. One of the first things they may ask you, what you know about that then? In some way, shape, or form, they will ask you, what you know about that then? Boy, you too young for that, so what you know about that? And then they gonna give you a memory. Go ask them. I'll be stroking. They only stroked it for 40 points. Just couldn't get the dub. Unfortunately, that's the one that matters, man. That's the one that we look for. Cause then we could talk about his 12 assists and all of the stats that he put up. But because he fell short, we just gotta be like, all right, it is what it is. It is what it is. Why's my NBA app acting up? I swear to God, if I was paying for this app, I'll be vexed. The NBA app has been pissing me off this year. If I didn't get it with the 2K game, like, I'll be fully vexed. And if I didn't have 2K stock, TTWO, make sure you guys go ahead and buy yourself some stocks. Right? I'll be vexed because, a lot of people bought it because of that too. I ain't the only one. 1 million people did that. How's 1 million people had $1.50 a piece? Just say it. I bought that package alone. Whew. I love it when my shares go up. Okay, let's get back into it. We had no 350 passer, no 150-yard catcher, no 150-yard runner, no runner over 30 attempts. None of that. Is it 30 attempts we're doing? Did we agree on 30 attempts? For the we ain't gonna announce that room yet. It's still in construction, but we still gonna do 30 attempts? 30 attempts? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we ain't seen nobody with 30 attempts. So we're just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna close the club for the night. Let's get a little bit of Knicks talk in here, right? Because I told you we had a nice little victory, but we really got some Knicks talk. I mean, like, all the way live until I die. I'm gonna ride with my Knicks and we'll give you that Knicks talk. The New York Knicks just came away with their third straight victory. I know you're wondering, like, oh, so impressive. Listen, you're damn right it's impressive. It brings us to a record of, where is it at? I forgot. I think we're at 500 now, actually. I don't even need to look that one up. If I'm not mistaken, New York Knicks are currently at a 500 record. Let's see, yeah, they were 12-13 when they played Atlanta. And they whooped Atlanta 113-89. They beat Cleveland in the game before that, 92-81. And you see the Knicks playing defense. New York Knicks have shortened their lineup to about a 9-man rotation. Basically, Tom Thibodeau's gotten to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm not going to go out here and try to play 13 guys a night. I'm not going to try to play 12 guys a night. We're going to start shortening up this lineup. If you're not properly playing defense, I'm sorry, you gotta fizzle out this lineup, or you gotta fizzle out the rotation. If your plus minus ain't looking good, I'm gonna fizzle out. If I don't like you, I'm you know. But he has kind of drilled this down to which isn't a bad rotation. You understand? That's saying every single starter basically gets a sub, except for one. And then that person just gets their minutes tossed around. And hopefully you're blowing them out, and then you do get a sub. So in the wake of trying to get more defense out, you see them call up Deuce McBride from the G League. Deuce McBride is now getting the minutes that used to go to Evan Fournier, and what was also going to Cam Reddish. Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish minutes are basically being split between Quentin Grimes and Deuce McBride at this time. There's a group of individuals. I remember speaking with a fan that was really wondering how come they don't play Derrick Rose more. That this about Rose, that about Rose. That when Rose plays, the things will look better. They look quicker, they look smoother. But every indication that you can see, plus minus, score, points, Emmanuel Quickley is the right person to give them more minutes to. Especially now. Emmanuel Quickley has put in the work. He's put on the weight. You understand? His three-pointer, his inside game, his floater, they've all gone up a notch. His aggression has gone up better. His defense has gotten better. So I understand people may want Derrick Rose, but more Derrick Rose just means more potential for Derrick Rose injury. Right? And then what you're going to say? Oh, he shouldn't have been playing Derrick Rose that much. You know, Derrick Rose is 15 years in the league. Yeah, he has a past history of blah, 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 blah. You want quick? I know you like Rose. Emmanuel Quickley is the right decision right now. And you know how I know Emmanuel Quickley is the right decision? Because Emmanuel Quickley has played his way into trade talks. That's how you know Emmanuel Quickley has been doing better. Remember this time last year when about 20 games, 40 games in, the New York Knicks started shopping players. We'll start to see what the players' value were. Started shopping players around, and they couldn't get a bite on anybody. Quentin Grimes was worthless. Emmanuel Quickley was worthless. Jericho Sims was worthless. Evan Fournier was still worthless, but he don't count. You gotta mention him. None of those guys had value at this time last year. These guys are now in trade talks. The Knicks actually have people on their team that teams are willing to make a trade for. That's a step in the right direction. See, I'm not quite sure how Knicks fans, when I say you guys, are gauging your success, all right? But success is gauged in multiple ways. It isn't just in wins and losses or making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. It's been, for me, about foundation. It's been about consistency. It's been about willingness to adjust and willingness to learn. It's about progression. But it's also about reality. Realistically, when you look at the Knicks team, who in their own division are they better than? Who's in the Knicks division? Philadelphia 76ers. The Brooklyn Nets. The Toronto Raptors. That may be the only team that you may be able to say this to. And the Boston Celtics. Who are the Knicks more talented than? In their own division. So if the Knicks are fourth at best in their own division, where do you expect them to be in the conference? Granted that now the team that's going to be the winner of the South is going to be better than them. Right? Maybe. Miami Heat is down there struggling. And so is Charlotte. We just waxed them. Actually, I don't know what's going to happen with this South. This South is looking kind of janky. You have the West, right? That Midwest area was going to have that the winner of that team is going to be better than them, as well as probably two other teams possibly. Because we're talking about this. You're talking about the division that has Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Chicago. So let's say you're on par with Chicago, maybe, for the season. That's these two teams there. In your own division, there goes another 4. You're 7th at best. At best, you're 7th. So at best, New York, you're automatically a play-in team. Anything above play-in is success, or is adding success. Play-in is a success, because to not make it to the play-in tournament will be disappointing with the talent that you have. You should at least make it there. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, that's a disappointment. You should at least always do what you're supposed to do. You should always at least live up to take care of your bare minimum expectations. Beat the team you're supposed to beat. That's what they're doing. And some of the teams they're not supposed to beat. They're not supposed to beat Cleveland. We just beat them. We just beat Charlotte. We just beat Atlanta. I listen to you Knicks fans closely, right? Because half the time you guys are overreactive crybabies. And I mean that in the most loving way possible as a Knicks fan. Because you are in no different position than the Miami Heat, right? So let's do a little 305 to my city. Let's go a little back and forth. Let's do a little Drake back to back, right? Let's go a little back and forth. Let's do some Styles P and Jada Kiss. My bad. I didn't mean to bring Drake into this. The Miami Heat are in a similar situation. It's a lot of organizations in a similar situation as New York Knicks. Right about 500. Needing a full-blown star. Just about squeezing every ounce of juice out of the players that you currently have, hoping that they can level up. Yet, these other better-ran organizations, I don't hear any talk in Miami about them getting rid of the head coach. Now, I know what you're saying. Eric Spoelstra has already won championships. Eric Spoelstra already has this clout. Eric Spoelstra has this, Spoelstra has that. But there was a time Eric Spoelstra didn't have that. And do you know how he got that? By him being empowered by his organization, which the Knicks have failed to do with their head coaches that actually are productive. In all of these losing years that Greg Popovich is having, you don't hear them talking about him leaving. He talks about him possibly leaving. Because still you understand what it means to build a foundation. As much as we see now as Steve Kerr is able to take the Golden State Warriors to a next level, the New York Knicks don't have a Stephen Curry or a Klay Thompson. They'll be lucky to have a Draymond Green at that time. I was coming off the bench behind David Lee, former New York Knick. So you guys are weirdos sometimes. Like, you guys could be real weirdos with your expectations. They're highly unrealistic, to say the least. Is Tom Thibodeau the best coach I've ever seen coach the game? No, of course not. But there is something to be said about giving man the credit for somebody that got us back on track. As it currently stands right now, while the New York Knicks may not be the prettiest of destinations to go to, we're no longer the shittiest of destinations to go to. We're no longer a destinations where stars are automatic, like, New York, fuck that. What the fuck they got going on over there? Like, no, there's actually some stars out there. Like, you saw Donovan that, like, you know what? I can fucks with that. I can rock with what's going on over there. Now, there's some people that just want to stay away from the New York aspect of it, or the pressure of trying to win in New York or win for the Knicks organization. I can understand them running away from that. Some people are just soft. We heard Paul Pierce recently mention that as a rookie he would have been too soft for New York. Boston is a different kind of town. It's a small, big town. Right? Big, small town, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And they don't have options. So yeah, you big weirdos. Tom Thibodeau does have some stubborn ways. You don't see any of those stubborn ways playing out with this team, this current team this year. One, because he doesn't have. Actually, he has a few. He no longer has veterans that he feels like. He no longer feels like he needs to veterans just because they're vets. He no longer feels that he needs to play guys because they have bigger contracts. That no longer matters. That was an issue last year. But also, the team needed some more learning last year. Some of these guys could still learn how to be a professional. Cam Reddish could still learn how to be a professional. It seems like. So you have to, instead of trying to think, damn, how far are we from the final product? Start thinking about how far you've come from beneath the bottom of the barrel. Because you wasn't even in the barrel. You would have mold shit growing at the bottom of the barrel. When you lifted up, all kind of critters and things come running from underneath. That's where we were at. And now that we've got to the top of the barrel, your true colors come in, and your crab mentality comes in, because the way that you want the team run is how it has been ran when unsuccessful, and that's how you want to go about your business again. The way it was during the unsuccessful period. Some of you guys really don't understand the rat race that you know what I mean, that little hamster wheel that you're constantly on. Talking about, ooh, look, there goes a tree. 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 That's really some Unix fans. Like, you're so caught up in, we haven't won since 1970s. 1977 got nothing to do with R.J. Barrett. 1977 has nothing to do with Tom Thibodeau. Well, maybe Tom Thibodeau. But this has nothing to do with Tom Thibodeau's current regime. 1977 has nothing to do with any current player right now that matters. No, it doesn't matter. Them playing for their coach. Them trying hard every single game. Them taking no days off, putting the effort on defense. And you keep putting the work and results will come. Everybody blossom in 2 years? Everybody blossom in 3 years? How long did it take DeMar DeRozan to become a star? How long did it take Jimmy Butler to become a star? Because I've mentioned several times that these are the two guys that I believe that R.J. Barrett is probably going to end up becoming. And I've been saying this since draft day. Little did I know that he was gonna develop as fast as them too. That was unexpected. Remember, folks, phone lines are open wherever you're listening at. So Knicks on a 3-game winning streak. 3-game winning streak just got us back to 500 with 13-13, 26 games into the season. We have just about now 56 games left. We have Christmas Day games coming up pretty soon. As we said, Christmas is just about 16 games away, 16 days away. So about 16 days we have the Christmas Day game. And for a lot of you bandwagon fans and fake fans of basketball, yeah, I'm shooting shots. I'm taking shots everywhere. You don't pay attention to basketball until Christmas or until after the NFL, so you'll start seeing what's happening in basketball then. And then I'll start hearing from a larger sample of y'all until y'all to calm the fuck down. But the Miami Heat are going through some similar issues as well. and that the Knicks are. Nothing about the head coach. No. Just about making some simple trades. Trades. How can we improve our roster? Who on our roster? And I expect a lot of teams do this. See, that's normal. Who can we trade away on our team? Who can we give up to make our team better? Right now, it's looking like we should have given up R.J. Barrett for Donovan Mitchell. Right now, that's what it looks like. Donovan Mitchell right now is one of the top, if I'm not mistaken, he's still one of the top 5 scorers in the league. R.J. Barrett is struggling to put up 20 points a game. Again, he's young. And again, he's kind of like DeMar DeRozan and Jimmy Butler. You pull up the best scoring years of, you know what? You guys don't do anything. Relax. That's my job. Next time we come on air and we do some Knicks talk, we're going to do some full-blown comparisons between the 3 people or the 2 individuals that I constantly compare R.J. Barrett to. And I'm going to take a look at their growth and their projections and their best seasons. And let's see how far off pace R.J. Barrett is. It's all about patience. Not everything is a microwave. Because if you don't have that microwave guy, then all you can do is keep building up the guys around you until either one of them becomes better or you get that person. That's really all it boils down to. Not everybody is Zion. Not everybody is Ja Morant. And even with Zion and Ja Morant being the same time, how long did it take us to find another before we had another one of those? Giannis? Who was Giannis? Who was it before him? Not Anthony Davis. Not Ben Simmons. What, Russ and Derrick Rose? I'm just saying. And I think I even switched categories. I crossed category on that one. We definitely crossed streams on that one. Speaking of crossing streams, right? Let's switch over from a little dribbling of the basketball to a little dribbling of soccer, right? I don't know if you guys happen to end. Man, I missed the end of that crap. I just realized this. I think I missed the end of that. What was it, Netherlands game? I was on right before I came on here. I think I missed the end of that game. But I did not miss the end of that Croatia. I did not miss that Croatia and Brazil matchup, which was just as intriguing. Both games will end up going into penalty extra time and into penalty kicks. I just didn't get a chance to finish watching the penalty kicks and see the result of that game. So maybe we talk about that on Monday. But Croatia and Brazil, oh man, what a matchup that was! What a matchup that was! Croatia, this game is 1-0 in favor of Brazil all the way into extra minutes. And then in extra minutes, Croatia finally puts one in the net. And we go into penalty kicks. And Croatia being the mini powerhouse that they have been over the last, what was it, almost 2 decades now? Right? They won how they win a lot of their matchups. And that's on penalty kicks. First for Croatia would Rodrigo, not Rodrigo, I forgot the first kick for Croatia. They would end up scoring that kick. I missed who that kicker was. But then Brazil would come up and Rodrigo would get his first kick and he would miss. Croatia gets their second kick, they put that one in. Pressure's on now. Right? Casimiro, right, for Brazil, he gets that shot. He gets the second shot in. So now 2-1. Modric for Croatia puts in the third. So now they've made 3 straight penalty kicks. Pedro for Brasilia. Pedro for Brazil. He gets the third one in. Pressure still on. Ostrich for Croatia comes up. He puts in his shot. 4 straight penalty kicks. And then was this the heartbreaker? yeah, this was the heartbreaker. Marquinhos comes up to kick the penalty kick. He makes the right choice and guesses left as a goalie goes right. But he kicks it off the goalpost. A wide open net. Immediately, I was like, oh, that gotta hurt. And then I did what all toxic people do when they see moments like this. I hopped right on social media to see which one of my friends was in pain so I could leave laughing emojis. We start. I'm joking. Actually, no. Actually, I did that for real. But I get on social media, I'm like, and I see the people, and everybody's like, oh my God, that hurt, the pain. And that hurt me. And I wasn't going for Brazil. Sorry, Buski. Like, that happened. Sorry, Diego. Sorry to all my Brazilian friends. I have way more Brazilian friends than I have Croatian friends. I live in South Florida. Like, it's just by natural selection of geographical location. So Croatia comes away and they beat Brazil. And from what I heard, and I don't know why this makes this any different, but they said Brazil has now gotten eliminated from the World Cup for the third straight time from a European team. That was a stat that they said. That's their words. Now I don't know the significance of it. I don't know how this stat plays out. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to correlate this to like how we talk football and basketball. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they've been eliminated for 3 straight times for a team from the NFC South. Like, okay, I got it. That's the only thing I can think of. Like I said, we're gonna dribble back and forth, right? Let's go ahead and leave what you was dribbling with your foot, and let's get back to what you was dribbling with your hands, right? I don't think this is any surprise to Miami Heat fans that Duncan Robinson is on the trading block. They are trying to find a way to move Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is not a bad player, but he's kind of limited. He's a specialist. He's kind of a 3-and-D guy, but he lacks foot speed to be a better 3-and-D guy. Like I would compare him to who's the guy Reggie Bullock, but a worse Reggie Bullock on defense. Probably just as good or not slightly better on offense with the 3. So Duncan Robinson is one of those guys that they're trying to find some trade bait for. Kyle Lowry has come up in trade rumors as well. But I don't think it's trade. Okay, let me rephrase that. Because Duncan Robinson has been in trade rumors. Kyle Lowry is just a player that Heat fans want traded. That is a difference. Like Heat fans are kind of over the. From what I've been hearing, Heat fans are getting to the point where they're kind of over the Kyle Lowry experience. I don't blame them. Like he has his purposes, but I believe that Kyle Lowry right now would be better in Memphis, backing up Ja Morant. That's how I see Kyle Lowry now at this current stage in his career. I don't think he's a guy that should be starting anymore. I don't think he's a guy that you should be compromising minutes from anybody because of. No, you bring him off the bench in a support role and have him milk longevity and good locker room guy out of the league. But to have him in the Miami Heat as a integral part of their offense or to their team, like if that's the case, then too many Urkels on your team. That's why your wins low. And that's exactly where Kyle Lowry falls into. So we'll see what the Miami Heat done. So the Miami Heat are good, attempting to be active players at the trade deadline, and you'll probably start seeing probably in the next 2 weeks. Let me see here. What by Christmas Day? So probably even as soon in the next week or so. So in the next week to 3, right? You're probably gonna start seeing the trade starting to pick up and the trade starting to open, because we're gonna get past the time frame pretty soon. I'm trying to remember what that date is, but I know it's coming up. I don't know the exact date. We're gonna start getting past the time frame where the restrictions on traded players or players that you had traded to your team, right? Trade restrictions are gonna be lifted off of those players pretty soon. And once that happens, then that opens up the trade market, the trade pool, and the trade combinations that you can put together. So we're gonna start seeing how it works out. Like I said, New York is definitely, the Knicks are trying to be in there for trades. Brooklyn Nets are trying to get some pieces in there as well. Miami Heat are on the trade block. That's everybody from 305 to my city. And if you guys want to go across the pond, you really want to go across country into LA and bring them in here? Okay, fuck them. Fuck LA. We talked enough about them when we talked about Baker Mayfield, but we can't really not talk LA because we still have our LeBron watch to go through this year, right? Just to let you guys know, right? It's nothing major. He's still pretty far away, right? So we're really not too concerned as of yet. LeBron James currently has 37,501 points, right? He is still just about, is he at 800 now? Did he just break 800? Fuck out of here. He just broke 800. Shit. Sorry, last time we did this watch, he was still in the 900s. He's now just about 800 points away. So to give you exactly, LeBron James is officially now 886 points away from being the all-time scoring leader. Trust me, that's still well over like 20. That still means he has to put out like 20 points a game. What do we say? We have what about game 26, right? If he puts up 20 points a game, we're dragging that out to about game 44, game 40 or 45 more games. If he averages about 25, then you guys see where this is going, right? Okay. So we're somewhere around there, right? Where LeBron James is probably going to break this record somewhere between the next 32 to 45 games. So we have a little bit of time. This is going to be well after the Christmas games, right? And well after the New Year. So after the Christmas games, like you hear us talking about here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. After the Christmas games, after New Year, if you have a favorite sports channel, a favorite sports station, right, expect them. Like if you look radio, television, whatever it is, expect after the New Year, you're going to hear about this ad nauseum. Because I expect that as he gets closer and he creeps into this number, not only is there going to be a LeBron watch to do this, then you're going to get a lot of talks. Where does this put him on the all-time list? You're going to get a lot of, where does this put him on your Mount Rushmore? We're not going to do that here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. You don't have to worry about regurgitating in your pants. We're not going to be one of those to do that here. But I will keep you informed. I will keep you informed of the numbers. Because regardless of what level of LeBron James fan you are, this is still history. This is still as history can get. And while I may have been alive to see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play, I didn't see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play. You see me? You understand what I said, right? I've seen LeBron James's whole career. And to be able to, as he always says, to use his words, to be able to witness the individual that breaks and makes the all-time scoring record, that's what I'm going to want to see, because we know, and that's just this year, LeBron James is going to still probably play next year, which means that we're talking about LeBron James eclipsing 40,000 points at this point in time. Let him play 2 more years at 20 points per game. Now you're talking him eclipsing 45,000 points. Now let's LeBron James linger around the league for like another 4 years being a mediocre 10 points per game person. Now you're talking about close to 50,000 points. Crazy, right? I kind of want to witness that. Same reason why we watched Stephen Curry last year. Why, as he made and broke the all-time scoring record. I've seen it done before. I've seen all of Reggie Miller's career. Seen all of Ray Allen's career. But we all know something was completely different about watching Stephen Curry do it. It was completely different because Stephen Curry, he still may have 10 years left in the league. 8 years in the league of jacking up threes. When he's no longer the point guard that's running with the ball all over the place, then he becomes a spot-up shooter. What better spot-up shooter than him? What better off-ball mover like Ray Allen used to do than to have him on your team, just playing off the ball, no longer with ball responsibility. Just wearing out another guy's pause. Wearing out another team's defender. Like, there's reasons to want to watch LeBron James and Stephen Curry in their latter years. They are still putting up for not as I'm assuming that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, how I'm assuming that my elders felt about watching him to the very end, because I still remember every last one of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's games still being televised at the very end. Still seeing him and knowing about him all the way through the very end. Having recollections of him in the very early ages of childhood. LeBron James, 37,501 points. Officially 886 points away. We gonna see how this really works out. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. Okay. And this is actually perfect timing. All right, so when we come back, right, we are going to take a little break. When we come back in the last hour of the podcast, we are going to do our NFL picks for the week. And that's how we're going to wrap up this show. Now, for everybody else except for the people listening on Podbean, right, nothing is going to change for you guys. But unfortunately for you Podbean people, if you're familiar with Podbean, and you now only get about 2 hours of this. But so I'm gonna be switching out this Podbean feed pretty soon. But there is another feed already reserved for you guys. Go back to the live section, and you're gonna see the other live feed already reserved. Everybody else, while that's happening, we're gonna take a little Army break, and you're gonna hear an Army commercial. When we return to MyT Sports Podcast, we're gonna get into our week. What week is this? 14? 13? Jesus Christ. We're gonna get into our NFL picks of the week.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
And we are back with the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only Talent Omar Taylor, aka Talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor, aka Mr. Energy himself, aka the Motor Mouth of the South. Yeah, I got a fast way. Can I tell you that how often, because of my fast rate of speech, people tell me to calm down when I'm talking to them? And I know I'm no different than anybody else. That really becomes a trigger sometimes, like an ultimate immediate trigger. If you're like, calm, I'm like, I am calm. But what I forget to do sometimes in mind, I just have a fast rate of speech. So I talk fast. It's like I talk fast, I talk with my hands. Like I'm super calm right now. So don't don't sweat the technique and don't let it fool you. You know what I'm saying? Like Bernie Mac, like I bark, like I ain't gonna do shit. I ain't about to fuck you up right now. Like, you know, like I'm not an unruly, uncivilized human fucking being. It's just how I come across. You know what I mean? You know, Wakanda forever. I got Lex in me. Rest in peace to both of them. Shit. God damn. God damn. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our picks of the week, right? Our NFL picks of the week, where we're just gonna go through and get a little rundown and go over all these picks. What week are we in anyway? Let me see here. Let me pull up my handy dandy sheet. I know we didn't just have New England and Buffalo. That was December 4th. Okay, so we're on week 14. Hold on, we have 1, 2, 3. We got 4 weeks left into the season. Jesus. Well, let's hear where the Super Bowl party is going to be at. Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to you. Damn it. I forgot. I said I was going to do something. Oh, shit. I said I was going to soak my wood for you. Hey, yo. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to stop being so reckless. I really do. I really need to stop being so reckless. All righty. So let's go ahead and let's get into our MyT picks of the week. Can I get a little pick music? Like just a little bit. Just a little bit. Which one you got for me? I can fuck with that one. All right, let's get it. Week 14, NFL picks. We already saw the first game last week, right? That's not what you promised me. Stop playing with me. Okay. You get that down 2 notches? All right, bring it back. Good. So go hard. Go home. Why is this now a dance? You know, this is how people used to fight. I think some people still fight this day. This is how Jordan Clarkson fight, I think. Every time you see him knuckle up. Brody, too. Let's get into our NFL picks, right? We saw the first game already, Las Vegas taking on the LA Rams. And I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would have picked that. I can't even front. I really can't tell you how I would have picked that, to be honest with you. Because every part of me wants to say I would have picked the Rams. But Jamal Adams and what's the running back name? I forget. Jones? Is it Jones? I'm forgetting the running back's name. And I have him on my squad, too. And I said Jamal Adams. Not even Jamal. I think it's Devontae Adams. I'm wild. So, between the Raiders running back and wide receiver combination, right? I thought this was a game that they honestly could have won. And they were in the driver's seat, right? I probably would have. I feel like I would have leaned towards the Raiders. Actually, I don't know. Because now this is two parts of me. There's parts of me that don't want to say like I would have picked the Rams. But there's also a part of me trying to say like, yo, would you have picked the other team just because I'm trying to stay realistic? I don't know how I would have picked it, so I'm not even going to try to front. Coconut water. I do love me some coconut water. Like if that's all the water I ever had to drink for the rest of my life, I'll do it. Yo, big belly bandit. So this is all the big belly ballers out there. All right. First game right off the bat. we have the I don't think this is going. We have the New York Jets going into Buffalo and taking on the Buffalo Bills. Now, if you remember their first matchup, the New York Jets managed to eke. When I say eke, I mean eke out the slimmest of victories. And to be honest with you, sometimes that's just how it happens, right? sometimes it's oh shit. Excuse me. Sometimes it's how it happens. But if you would have asked me realistically, I always say that we're gonna split division games anyway. So if this is the game that we split with, if that was the game that we split with them, then realistically we're gonna go into Buffalo and we're gonna take this L. We're gonna take this L, and I want you guys to take this humbly. I don't want any overreactions. I don't want the we shouldn't we shouldn't even be starting Mike White like that. That's why you give the young kid a chance because blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear no coach talk, no nothing. Buffalo should wax that ass. I am going with Buffalo when it comes to this, right? Yes, the Buffalo water crackers, not water crackers, but animal crackers. Look at it. Don't I like a water cracker? Water cracker. Don't that look like? Don't that look like an animal cracker? You know it does. I know you guys on Instagram wondering what the hell is he pointing at. That's why you should be watching on YouTube or something like that. Wait, wrong way. There we go. This way. Just trying to figure it. But yeah, definitely Buffalo Bills should definitely go ahead and get this W. I'm not even gonna play around with this, and that should be an easy dub for them. But also, I don't just believe that, right? As you guys just saw, a while ago, right? We have the automated picker 8000 rounded back up. It is back from repairs, and it is working all over again. And the automated picker, right? 8000 also went with the home team and is picking Buffalo as well. Right, game after that we have is the Cleveland Browns. Oh, another division rivalry game. What the hell? Is this division rivalry week? Is this rivalry week? Man. This is a complete setup because nothing is going to make sense this week. I promise you, right now, I'm just going to let it land. I promise you right now, nothing is going to make sense this week. You're going to want stability. You're going to want to wonder what. To be honest with you, I just may stay away from betting. If you're a better, right? If you're a betting man, I would say stay away from all bets this week. I would stay away from Buffalo being I think my Buffalo's a 10-point favorite or some shit like that. I'll stay away from Buffalo being a 10-point favorite. All right. There's Cleveland going into Cincinnati to take on Cincinnati. So now this is Scumbag and his new team, right? Taking on Smoking Joe Burrow and his squad, his now healthy squad. I'm going WKLB, and is it WKLB? I think that's it. I think it's WKLB in Cincinnati. Wait, that's the Cleveland Browns. My bad. See, I'm telling you, this is gonna be that week. It's gonna be that week. You're gonna lose money. Somebody gonna cry this week. I'm telling you right now, somebody gonna cry this week. On Monday, I guarantee you, there's gonna be multiple videos of people breaking their televisions. Multiple. You still following me? I promise you. Okay, so you're about right here. You're all the way over here? Okay. I'm just changing out my range of motion. Just checking out my range of motion. So yeah, I'm going Cincinnati. I'm taking Cincinnati to win this game. Scumbag. I don't believe that he looked rusty in their last game. I don't believe that he may have command over his rust as of yet, or even this offense. Luckily for him, he has some pretty dope ass weapons on his team that at any point in time, like, with the right leadership, guidance, and motivation, they can come away and beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And as impressive as the Cincinnati Bengals have looked over the last couple of weeks and even last week with beating the Kansas City Chiefs and them being the kryptonite to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs so far, Joe Burrow's kryptonite has been the Cleveland Browns. Let's just hope he has his lead suit on today or Sunday, because they should win. Will they win? I don't know. I pick them to win. I think they win. I don't know. They have better record. They may have better team, more momentum. I don't know. Division rivalry. I don't know. That's all I can say. Next up, we have another division rivalry game with the Houston Texans taking on the Dallas. No, sorry, that's not a division rivalry game. That's just a game for the pride of Texas. What? That I was playing? I almost forgot what I said for half a second. Next up, we got Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. I'm going with the. I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings to go ahead and come away with this victory. The automated pick of 8,000 ended up picking the Detroit Lions, and again, I wouldn't be surprised. Detroit Lions, they fight. They really do fight. Listen, Kirk Cousins has some of the most incredible weapons in the league, but he's still Kirk Cousins, and that is the ultimate problem. Is that you never know when that slipper is gonna fall or he's gonna slip and fall. Automated pick of 8,000 is going Detroit. I can understand it. Again, division rivalry game. I'm going Minnesota. They should win. Now, granted, mind you, why am I picking a team that I don't want to win? What is going? See, I'm telling Minnesota. Wait, we did this already. Minnesota. Right? They should come off on top. But again, it's just one of those times where you. Zach. Oh. Look like Zion just did a 360 windmill somewhere. It's just one of those games that makes you nervous. Because it's a division rival game, because it's Kirk Cousins, because Detroit has been that team this year that has lived up to the thing that we make fun of their coach for saying. Basically, in a nutshell, they're going to be fighters. And if you want to stop me, you're going to have to fucking kill me. That's how Detroit Lions really play. I wish I had that drop. Just know that drop is coming. Because every time we talk about the Detroit Lions, like, that is their roar. Now, most times you do end up beating them, and they end up getting killed for that game. But they don't make it easy. The team in Texas that we don't talk about until their owner denounces racism, like, they waxed them the last game, but that wasn't until about the 9-minute mark in the fourth quarter, and then things just started unraveling for Detroit. It was basically compound interest at that point in time. Both of these teams can be prone to compound mistakes. But Minnesota should come away with the dub. Ultimately, Detroit, if they live up to who they are, they'll put up just enough fight to lose. Next up, we have another This another division rivalry? Jacksonville going into Tennessee. Automated picker is picking Jacksonville. I am picking the Tennessee Titans. Now, if you guys don't know, the reason why we bring the automated picker into this because we want to see if we're smarter than a supercomputer. That's all that is. We want to see if a supercomputer is smarter than us, or even some of your NFL experts out there. Because sometimes doesn't it feel that your pick is so iffy that you know what? It literally it may actually just be as random as the flip of a coin sometimes. I know. But that's the reason why we have the automated picker 8000 in here to see how random can win. I know you want that's intriguing, isn't it? I know it's provocative. It gets the people going. You know what actually is provocative, gets the people going? MyT Trivia. Folks, MyT Trivia, you can catch it live at Sharky's at 10:37 p.m. every single Wednesday. And for the MyT Trivia segment, it's a segment that you can only play live because we give out gifts and prizes. And trust me when I say, the gifts are worth it. I've only had one person talk shit about the gift. And honestly, she talked shit about the gift because she thought it she was looking at it as more as a blow to her womanhood in her mid-60s. I'm just saying. If a man that I'm messing with needs this, then shit, I don't need him. Man, half the dudes that you would know is that you would be messing with, unless you just happen to be one of those cougars that gets a bunch of younger men, and then whatever. But still, it's never about what you want. It's never about what you need, it's about what you want. And that's what they want. Then you make them a Blue Long Island. If you know what I mean. All right, let's get back into the nitty gritty. Let's continue to roll up and roll out. Who did we have next? What was that? What was this next game? This next game was Jacksonville versus I forget. Who was it? Jacksonville versus Tennessee. Yeah, I'm going.
MyT.
Thank you. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans because they're one of those teams that when they're playing right,
Go home.
like they can piece it together. I'm not a fan of their Kirk Cousins, right? Ryan Tannehill. I'm not a fan of him. Ultimately, I always pick Tennessee to lose, but you know what? I'm going Jacksonville. I talked myself into it, right? I am going Jacksonville as well. That's emotion. It's just emotion taking me over. That's emotion right there. Don't listen to me when I pick emotionally. You listen to me when I pick logically. That's not a logical pick. That's strictly emotion right there. I realize how much I don't like Ryan Tannehill because of his Miami Dolphin lineage, right? Miami Dolphin heritage. So that is the only reason why I'm picking them. Literally. And it's a division rivalry game, and you know, come see, come side. Well, you know, you never know. And Trevor Lawrence may be due for a dub against a team that may be one-dimensional for right now. Next game that we have is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. And I know the New York in me should say Giants right here, but those Eagles are some bad boys right now. And how much I like me some Jalen Hurts. This team has been absolutely balling, right? They have all the momentum with them. This is also a game that's needed to stay on pace, to stay on top of their division. They don't want to take too many division losses. If I'm not mistaken, the last game of the season is against the team that we shall not name until Jerry Jones denounces racism. Right? um. So even though all division rivalry games, right, matter, right? They all mean something. They all have a little extra oomph. But this one matters. The Giants are trying to stay within playoff contention. The Philadelphia Eagles are trying to stay number one in the NFC. They have teams in their own division breathing down their neck, so they want to stay in and keep up the pole position that they currently have. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts, and I'm gonna go with these Philadelphia Eagles. They also just a little bit more talented. They're more talented on offense. They're more talented on defense. They have the more talented quarterback. Like they're more talented in basically in all aspects of the game, except for maybe the run. Maybe if they're not better than it's equal. Philly in 6. Oh man. Ooh, excuse me. Right. Oh, automated picker. Automated picker's picking Philly as well. I don't like how this is going. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like being on the same page with the automated picker at all. Next up, we got Baltimore, Pittsburgh taking on Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is one of those games that's gonna be a big if, right? This is one of those games that's gonna have a big if in this. If Lamar Jackson plays, Baltimore wins. That's the only if. So I'm picking Baltimore, assuming he's playing. If they don't play, then I give Pittsburgh the leverage in this division rivalry game, having more experience with the current quarterback that they have in the game than who Baltimore Ravens are going to try to throw in the game to replace Lamar Jackson. So I'm kind of looking at a Baltimore dub, but that's going to be completely contingent on Lamar Jackson status. We almost done over here. My juice, that is. Automated picker. Let's see what this sucker goes to. Also is going with the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. And to be honest with you, this may not even be close. I have the Chargers winning by 24. And home team. Right? Wait, why did I type Miami? See, it's not a division rivalry game. This is just a bad matchup for Miami to go fly across the country to go take on the Los Angeles Chargers. That's all that is. Tua got a tongue twister. We're going. This is one of his first major travel games. So let's see how he goes. Changing the time zones, playing against these Chargers team. Another team that has a good quarterback that can make plays with their feet in the air. I'm not quite sure of Chargers defense. I have to go look them up. I'm not quite sure of what their defense looks like. Actually, did they play in San Francisco last week? They've been in LA. Interesting. They've been in LA since last week. I doubt they would have come home just to fly back out to San Francisco. You know what I mean? But see, they have such a progressive coach. I feel like he's the kind of coach that would allow them to fly back to Miami and then come and then they fly back. But if he was smart, they're smart. They stay in LA. They stay in Cali that whole entire time and go from playing San Francisco to playing LA and just stay the whole time there. And especially if they're about to do it in back-to-back weeks, give their body some real time to adjust to the time frame. This makes things interesting. Now, you people out there, I'm gonna let you know this is a little bit of a heart pick, right? There's a little bit of emotion taking me over on this one as well. Like, just to let you guys know, I absolutely hate the Miami Dolphins, so I can't even imagine ways that they can beat even a halfly decent team. And Tua got a tongue twister. Is it my number one pick? Jalen Hurts is. He's my number one quarterback from that draft. From that whole entire draft period, he's my number one quarterback that I would have picked to this day. 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 So, yeah, I can't really rock with the Dolphins. I'm sorry. I really am. I really am. Right? But for everybody else, go pick them. Because the only reason I'm not picking is because I don't like them. That's the only reason why I'm not putting them up on the board. That's the only reason why they're not getting any love. It's nothing to do with football. Like I'm talking myself into why I think they're going to lose. I don't believe in my hearts of hearts that they will lose. Wait a minute. I am missing a proper Dolphins logo. Wait, I wasn't picking them to win anyway. See, I'm telling you, cause it's hard to make your heart go again. Like, I'm over here picking them with my heart, but it's kind of hard to make my brain, like, as I'm trying to pick the teams here, like, make my brain go against what my heart believes. Because I'm like, yo, yes, I am fully just hating. Like, yo, it's not like you just hate it. I'm hating. I'm a Miami Dolphin hater. Right? No matter how you peel it, ain't a cheese grater. Okay. So I'm going to continue to hate the Dolphins, and I'm going to continue to rock with my... Jets. Even though I picked them to lose this week. Because I gotta be realistic. See, I gotta be realistic there. I didn't bullshit you for the Jets. I don't think I've bullshit you for the Jets this whole entire year. I have kept it a buck when it comes to my emotions. I really have kept my emotions in check when it comes to the Jets. They're gonna lose against Buffalo. But Miami Dolphins, they're gonna lose to the Chargers too, though. They're gonna give us a nice little L. Like, the Miami Dolphins gonna be on a 2-game losing streak. And this whole division is going to be upside down. Upside down. You know you turn me. Division inside out. Round and round. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This is again. No? Wait. Division rivalry game? Yeah, division rivalry game. And I'm rocking with the 49ers on this one. I am definitely rocking with the 49ers. They're at home, right? Kind of what I just said about Tua got a tongue twister, right? Is that there we go. Tua got a twister. Is that they're flying across country. I know Tom Brady has been through it all. He's seen it all before. Baby this, baby that, but your D's not working now. Look who fumbled now. Now that ball is coming back. Right, we know that Tom Brady has seen everything that you can possibly see on a football field, on a basketball field, on an ice ring. You know what I mean? And even the 10 planets in the galaxy. Like, we know he's seen it all, right? But San Francisco has that team. They have his old offensive coordinator that kind of know how he likes to do things, right? Offense, and then also the San Francisco 49ers have the better offensive weapons when you talk about Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels, and not just two of the best weapons, but two of the best Swiss Army knives in the league. Christian McCaffrey there a little bit. There now about in his what's it now like his third week there now, maybe fourth week. Now really getting used to this team. San Francisco needed wins, right? So they can. I don't want to say stay relevant, right? But they want to stay on pace. They definitely do. They want to stay in pace. They want to stay in playoff contention. Because they were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were one of my teams that was still in playoff contention. And also, it hurts the Bucks. Like if this is a team that it's in their division and you get to knock them down a peg, while also gaining a division win and getting yourself up one. So it's almost like getting two victories when you get this division win, and you want to show this division something, and we want to try our best. I don't think it's the right division I'm thinking of. Hold on, we're gonna have to pull up these divisions in a second because hold on, where's the standings? I think I'm calling this one like division rivals, and I don't know why I'm having a hard time putting San Fran and yeah, they're not in the same division. I'm tripping. Okay, thought so. I thought I was tripping. I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. Not geographically. It's not working out in my brain. Right? But even still, like it's a conference foe, and it's Tom Brady, and you want to get those games above him. One, because you want to stay mentally on top of Tom Brady. You want to keep your team mentally motivated. Like, you know what? We beat them. We're taking steps forward. But also, you just want to keep your momentum. Period. This is actually a matchup of two of the division leaders, right? Between San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's probably going to win the division just because the division sucks. Right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a record of 6-6. Means that nobody else in their division has a record above 500. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. Luckily for Tampa Bay, they have a really good division record of 3-1, and the only other team to have a decent division record is the Carolina Panthers. But I don't think the Carolina Panthers are going to be a threat to them when it comes to the final standings. Their biggest threat probably right now remains and still is probably going to be the Atlanta Falcons. But we still got 4 weeks for these things to pan out. Who was Carolina playing this week? Did we talk about Carolina already? Or do we still have Carolina to get to? Or is Carolina one of the very few teams that still has a bye week this week that I didn't realize, and it got me cussed out of my fantasy football league? Because, like, yo, you got people, the players have started, and there's people on a bye week. Like, hey, you got what you asked for. Like, that's literally what happened there. You got exactly what you asked for. And I just don't think that San Francisco is going to win this game. The automated picker 8,000 also thinks that San Francisco 49ers is going to win this game. Oh, no, there goes the Carolina Panthers right here. Taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Sorry, Carolina Panthers, you're losing this game to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, you know what? That may bring a different level of intrigue, because that now opens up. Let me see here. Who we just talked about? Shoot, we just talked about the Carolina Panthers taking on, who did we just say? Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, not the same division. That's in San Francisco's division. And I'm going with Geno Smith and Seattle. Carolina's just in a mess right now. Carolina really just is in a complete mess. So I'm going with them as automated picker 8,000. Also, we're in step. We're synced today, and I'm not feeling this synciness, right? I'm not really feeling that at all. Oh, we got a caller calling in. Oh, thought we had a caller calling in. They hung out. Look, we lost them. I don't know where Carlos went. Carlos was here for a second, and he left. Right? Shit, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Speaking of don't do that, let me see if I got some responses right, coming up to me on Instagram through the message board. Let's see here. Okay, I see a couple of them coming in. I see a couple of them coming in. I see a couple of them coming in. All right. And you know what? I need to stop playing. I gotta work tomorrow. I forgot. You know what? Disregard. This. I was so about to message somebody. Did I hit send? Okay. I gotta be like Coach Herm. Don't hit send. Don't hit send. Can't do that right now. I can't do that right now. Right? But we still got San Francisco up here. Seattle. Give me Seattle. There we go. Seattle over Carolina. Carolina's in disarray. Like, put it this way. You know how bad Carolina is? Baker Mayfield was like, hey, can I bounce? And they're like, yeah. And you see the difference between Carolina and Cleveland Baker Mayfield versus LA Mayfield? Like, actually, that kind of rolls off the tongue. Actually, LA Mayfield. LA Mayfield. That kind of flows, don't it? For some odd reason. Like, I don't know why that actually sounds pretty damn good. Listen, he probably won't play to the point where he wins consistently enough on a high enough clip where he starts to earn the moniker or the nickname from us, LA Mayfield. But I don't mind giving it to him as even a mockingly name. LA Mayfield just kind of works for me. LA Mayfield, the best chef that you got up there. Bake anything for you. He just baked up a W after being there for 2 days. Still can't believe that. That was incredible. That game was incredible. That game was incredible. The end of the Brazil game was incredible. The New York Knicks last 3 games was incredible. Like, I want to fuck Mrs. Incredible. Like, boy, can you imagine that? Last the pussy. Now you gotta figure, right? Like she only her can mess with somebody like Mr. Incredible, because Mr. Incredible can't really break her, right? He could just bend her, and it bounces right back. Oh my God, can you imagine how Mrs. Incredible bounce back game is? Like, damn, she must got like that demon clap. That. I know we just went left field. Let's reel this back in. Let's go. Whoa, now that ass is fat. Let's reel this back in. Let's reel this all the way back in. We only have a couple more games left for our MyT picks, and just about as many minutes left. Right, we got plenty of time left in the show. We don't even have to rush. Then we finally get the Monday night game, right? Sunday night game, and did they flex this game? Are they going to flex this? Wait, did I click on the wrong week suddenly? No. Are they going to flex this game? Let's see. If you flex this game, who would you replace Kansas City and Broncos with? San Francisco, Tampa Bay, maybe? Even Miami and Chargers, kind of, sort of. Giants and Philly? Ooh. You know what? Giants and Philly should have got the 8 o'clock game. Giants and Philly should have gotten the 8 o'clock game. Those ratings would have been ridiculous. That would have been probably the game right there. To flex all the way into the primetime spot. Let's see here. You know, let me pull this up here, because I'm looking still at my generic list. Let me pull up the actual schedule. And let's see if there's... No, this is... okay. This is the game that Miami got flexed into. See, I thought it was good. I thought it was going to be the San Francisco game. So this is the game that they got flexed into. So they did flex that game out. and they flexed him out for the Miami Dolphins and Chargers. And listen, not for nothing, right? Again, this just goes to show you how bad Russell Wilson has been playing this year. Like how much they suck. They television wise, they swapped them out for Tua got a tongue twister. They said, we're going to take the younger, shorter, more explosive version of you. And we're going to run with that on television. They're going to go after the Miami and the LA market versus Kansas City and Denver, which is a nice little rivalry game. Supposed to be. That game was supposed to be a nice little division game, division rivalry, have all those makeups into. Okay. I thought this game was going to get flexed. I thought I heard about this game getting flexed. It's just something that didn't seem right. So Miami Dolphins and the LA Chargers, they have the 8 o'clock game. Listen, congratulations to them still. Congratulations to them. Like, that means one or at least two of them have played well enough. Yeah, I've played well enough to get that they want to put them in the national television market. So kudos to both of them, right? To both teams, kind of taking care of their business, taking care of their business, because it's mine, oh mine. Even though the Chargers are 6-6, right? It's still better than the Denver Broncos, who are 3-9. He's been disgusting. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if Russell Wilson does not have a complete bounce back year, he may lose his Hall of Fame candidacy. His early Hall of Fame career candidacy that we've been putting in. If he has another bad season, nobody's going to talk about him like that anymore. Furthermore, if Geno Smith has another good season, then it's definitely going to erase everything Russell Wilson has ever done. One more bad Russell Wilson season in Denver and one more good Geno Smith season in Seattle will completely erase a 10-year career for Russell Wilson. As a good quarterback, as at the time before this year, our first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. Now it kind of makes sense why up until now Russell Wilson hasn't gotten one MVP vote. Because the way he has played in Denver shows you that he has not been deserving of any of them. It has been the defense. It has been the coaching. It has been the scheming. It has been everything else other than him. Actually, Russell Wilson right now is looking like the other black Kirk Cousins. But that's kind of disrespectful to Kirk Cousins because they're kind of balling right now. And you know what I'm talking about, not Kirk Cousins, but the Kirk Cousins. Zagazal, yeah, man. All right. So, Kansas City, Denver. I'm picking Kansas City. For the first time in a long time, the automated picker 8,000 is disagreeing with me, right? And it is going Denver. Division rivalry game. Can't blame it. I don't understand what kind of numbers it's crunching. I can see it. I just won't allow it. Again, rest in peace to Mills Lane. Last game of the evening. We got the New England Patriots going in to take on the Arizona Cardinals. This is interesting because neither one of these teams, I think, are who we thought they were going to be when the season started. Patriots are 6-6. Arizona Cardinals are 4-8. What's going on, Auntie Tina? We see you. Hey, Auntie. Right? New England Patriots are 6-6, and Arizona Cardinals are 4-8. Arizona Cardinals have gone on this. I don't want to say horrific, but kind of unexplainable losing streak. And this kind of happens as a new video game drop, but I'm not going to take the low-hanging fruit. I'm picking the New England Patriots to win this game, even though I don't want them to win this game for Jets' sake. But it's what Bill Belichick does to little snot-nosed young quarterbacks like this. If your young quarterback is snot-nosed, kind of all about himself and not about the team, doesn't know the right things to say in the media, And Bill Belichick is going to eat him up alive every day of the week and even twice on Sundays. In this case, it's going to be twice on Monday. We're picking the New England Patriots to come away with this victory, unfortunately. I don't see Kyler, I should have played baseball, Murray, randomly getting his shit together. And suddenly beating Bill Belichick and New England Patriots. Listen, the only way that happens is if Mac Jones just fucks up all over the place. And this offense is too conservative with him to allow fuck-ups. So yeah, we're taking the Universal Cheaters over the Arizona Cardinals. That wraps up all of our picks for this week. What notification did I just get? How much time do we have left in the show? So I'm pretty sure that's notification I just got. We got got plenty of time. Leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. That fuck you, leave me alone. Yeah, fuck you, leave me alone. I said, fuck you, leave me alone. And no, seriously, like, we're about to end the show. Like, I don't even have anything. I don't even have like a nugget to drop in here for you guys. I don't have a nugget for today. I don't have a leftover nugget from like previous days. Like, we really got into the whole show today. Oh, I do have a nugget to drop for you guys. I do have a nugget to drop for you guys before we leave. Thank you. Thank you very much for reminding me. I thank you because we haven't had the opportunity to drop this little nugget, to talk about it, or anything. Like, I'll mention this one in a couple weeks, and there's only like one more week left. What are we talking about? Actually, I need to do this my damn self. What am I talking about, folks? We are talking about how much longer that you have to go see Footloose, Cut Loose, right? And what is that, folks? Footloose, Cut Loose is a show going on at the... I thought I had the name of the arena on there. But it's downtown Fort Lauderdale. I want to say God damn it. Damn you, T. I hate when I do shit like this. Right? Because I just completely forgot. MyT. Thank you. Oh, Slow Burn Productions. Right? But cut that music. I'm done with this. There we go. Right. So if you guys are watching, go ahead and check it out. If you it's gonna be at the Fort Lauderdale Theater. Yeah. I'm not doing it any justice by saying it just like that. But it's going to be at the Fort Lauderdale Theater, right, at 201 Southwest 5th Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33312. Go ahead and reserve your tickets today. Tickets for the first day are selling fast, let you guys know, right? So if you'd like to reserve your tickets, call 954-462-0222. But even though they have a capacity of about 5,500 people, tickets are going fast. I got to go get mine. I'm not even going to lie. I gotta go get mine. I gotta go look it up, see if I can get it easily on the thing. Or I gotta call. I wonder if they're still open. I'm gonna call and reserve my ticket tomorrow. But definitely go check out the show. It is by the birthday girl that we mentioned earlier, Nikki Dyken, right? And she will be performing in this show as well. And I'm telling you, I can't wait to see her performance. But other than that, folks, thank you for listening to Mighty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Taylor, Talent El Idolo Taylor, Mr. Energy himself, the Motor Mouth of the South. Dallas Mavericks are beating the Milwaukee Bucks right now, 83-71. About a minute to go in the third quarter. Let's see. Knicks won 121-102 over the Charlotte Hornets. We have the Indiana Pacers beating the Washington Wizards 121-111. The Orlando Magic beating the Toronto Raptors 113-109. And ironically, improving their record. Right? Improving their record to what were we just talking about? To 7-20. I'm surprised Orlando even won that game. The Toronto Raptors dropped to a 500 record. Right, Sacramento Kings beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 106-95. That's actually kind of surprising. Right, Philadelphia 76ers beat the LA Lakers 133-122. The Lakers fall to 10-15. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Atlanta Hawks 120-116. Atlanta Hawks fall to 13-13. So the New York Knicks are currently tied with them, and they just beat them, so they have the tiebreaker. We have to see what the New York Knicks' current standing is at. Right, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. They beat the Detroit Pistons 114-103. The New Orleans Pelicans beat the Phoenix Suns 128-117, and the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Utah Jazz 118-108 to get above 500, improving their record to 13-12. Those are your scores around the league. I am Talon Taylor with the Mighty Sports Podcast. I am officially out of here. I got nothing else to give, and I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow. So you guys enjoy. You be safe, right? And you continue to transform yourself into the kind of individual that you would want to work for you. This is Talon Taylor.